So for those of you watching this, I'm reluctant to make this video because I know how toxic some of these videos can be. But I want to put it out there, so for the 99.9% of you that don't know who I am or have a clue or don't care, my name's Matt. I'm a sponsored airsofter from the southeast of England, as you could probably hear from the voice. I've been in airsoft for 10 years now. I've marshalled, I've worked in airsoft retail, I've done the full works, I've hosted events. I have a concern. Every single time that I click on any airsoft forum, there's a new person trying to find their way. Every time. When someone puts in a forum, should I buy this gun? Is this worth having? The answer is yes. It's just yes. There's no, oh, don't buy the G&G Predator because the piston strips. We know that's a common problem, but you don't just tell them no. That's what's going to make them happy. That's all that matters. I could quite happily stick a drum mag in my ARP9 and make my LMG redundant. Not going to happen. My LMG makes me happy. That's how this works. There's this long-running trend at the minute of people suggesting brands and upgrades and all the rest of it. BBs, oh my god. Mate, for the first 8 years of my path in airsoft, no one cared about what BBs you ran. Just don't buy the cheapest ones. It's that simple. They're all 6mm, they're all white, they all go through the air if you pull the trigger, right? Just don't buy the cheapest ones. It's that simple. So, my concern, mainly, is because we've all been at sites, and we've seen, I know, people call them different things everywhere, lots of people call them noobs, lots of people call them rentals. You get people turn up, black tracksuit, work trousers, work boots, turned up, rented a gun, they want to have a crack at airsoft. That's the future of our hobby. Okay? That's all it is. Those people are going to drop more money on airsoft in their first year than the rest of us will do just maintaining the kit we have. They are probably the biggest income for the airsoft industry at all, or at least one of the biggest factors. These people are going to want guidance, they're going to want people to get to know them, they're going to want to talk to people. When I first started, there was a chap called Tony. I turned up in borrowed kit with a borrowed gun. The friend that I borrowed it off couldn't make it that week, so I had all of his kit and I was on my own. Tony took me to one side, sighted in my optics, set my hop up, gave me some BBs, showed me how to tie my boots properly, because apparently I got that wrong. I was 13, give or take. If it wasn't for that experience, I wouldn't have got as into the hobby as I had done. And it's a brilliant hobby. It's great. It's serious, it's fitness, it's unbelievably nerdy sometimes, but hey, it's fantastic. And I think all of us can agree, you go to a site, there's some of us can have absolutely nothing in common, but we get on. You can turn up to a site in most places, talk to a stranger, and they'll be your friend by the end of the day. Airsoft is just one of those places where everyone should get along. And I don't understand why that doesn't translate onto the internet, because all I ever see on YouTube is Airsoft Sniper destroys noobs, thank you kicking Mustang, now those noobs aren't going to want to come and play, and we've lost players. Awesome, thanks, great, well done. And I don't get it. I don't get the stigma towards new players. If anything, they should be looked after more than the regulars. Don't talk to your mate about his brand new Tokyo Marui. Chat to the new bloke who's just bought a Cyber AK and just tell him he needs a barrel and bucket and go, mate. That's all you need. My other point of concern is this airsoft took many turns, so when I first started you wouldn't find an indoor site really. It was all mainly outdoor, especially in the southeast. There was no indoor sites almost. And this whole idea of calling everybody Speedsoft and referring everything CQB related to Speedsoft, it's just nonsense. There's, in the UK specifically, I think there's maybe 3 dedicated SpeedQB sites. Grand totalling, maybe 70 regulars. Right? Give up. If a 15-year-old with a dime mask smacks you in the face at 50 feet with an ARP9, do you know what? Shake his hand, he's done you. Leave it. That's all it is. I don't care if you're Tokyo Marui, recoil shock, NGRS, nonsense, and oh, I swear to God, people stroke those more than their own penis. It doesn't matter. There is no need to moan about rates of fire, there's no need to moan about trigger response, there's no need to moan about these things. If you're upset because someone shot you, or you feel like you're better, or you spent more money on kit and you feel like you deserved a better result that day, do you know what? It's your own fault. Play better. It's just one of those things. There's no need spending out all this money on kit to be offended when you get spanked by a kiddie in a hoodie. It's that simple. And I've been on the receiving end of this more than once, because I've played a milsim in a dye mask. and got absolutely torn to shreds, but do you know what? I'm pretty, and I'm still pretty thanks to that dye mask, so that's absolutely fine. So there's too many people, especially on social media, that are fully prepared to put everyone down. It's just not necessary. You play toy soldier in the woods. Airsoft is for those who don't want to grow up. Doesn't mean you have to behave like a child. It is that simple. If I turn up to your field in a dye mask and tracksuits and my ARP9, which has been fully upgraded by Bravo Base Supplies, by the way, shout out, I'm gonna ruin you that day. It's that simple. And it's not because I'm a better player. It's not because I've got better kit. It's because I'm gonna go home happy even if I lose. And I'll tell you what, my number one favourite thing about speedsofters and people who play CQB sites, they don't turn up to shoot people. And this is a very important thing, and it is a massively important thing, and it will change the way you play Airsoft. And I was told this by a guy called Mark Smith, who's, as far as I know, is the leader of the Misfit team. Don't turn up to shoot people. Turn up to be shot and laugh about it afterwards. And that will change your whole aspect, because the second you turn up thinking I'm going to rack up 50 kills today, you're not going to get those 50 kills, you go home miserable. If you turn up saying I'm going to get absolutely lit up today and do something stupid like run and jump on a hand grenade, which you did, you're going to go home happy, because you know what? Go home muddy, go home battered, go home bruised, and laugh about your day, because that is what it's for. If you disagree with anything I've said, write it down below and we can have this discussion.